So this is the extract function which I wanted you to know for now, how we can take the parts of the date and display it in different columns, or you may use it for the condition. Okay, so where extract of year from date equal to 2010. So only 2010 data you want to display, you can use in the where clause, you can use in the select clause, or you can use in the order by, whatever clause you want to use in the queries, you can use by dividing the part of the date from the date data type or date little constant. Okay. And now this slide shows you how we can convert data types. So we can convert data types from one to another. Okay, so in Teradata we use convert and store operator, that is the cast. Convert and store. The short form of convert and store is cast. So we use this cast operator to convert data from one type to another type. Okay, for example, we have a decimal format here. So what is the format of this decimal? Total how many digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 digits. So within decimal, the first number is 7, and what is the second number? The number of integral, the number of the precision values. How many precision values are there in the decimal? 1 and 2. Okay, so it is in the format of decimal 7, 2. That is total 7 digits. Out of 7, 2 are the precision part. So the data which exists here is in the format of decimal 7, 2. And now I wanted to change this data type from the decimal 7, 2 to a integer. So in integer we don't have the precision values. Right? So I don't want to display the precision values of the decimal value. So how we can convert one data type to another data type? I can use a cast operator, the convert and store operator on the data. So this is the format how we can use. So cast of the value as integer. Okay, so the result will be displayed as this 50500 without the precision values. Okay. And in the second example you can see, so this is the alias, you know that, right? As the alias of the column name, what it is displayed here. If you don't give this alias, the whole thing will be displayed at the column name, which we don't want. If it is the requirement, you can use that. Otherwise, you can alias that functionality with the column name, the user defined column name, so that the column name of the result will be displayed with the required user defined name. And then another example here, cast of the same decimal 7, 2, I want to convert it to 6, 0. Okay, so total 6, out of 6, 0 precision values, but it is still in the decimal format, so it should display the point. So it is decimal format, so it has to display the point, but I don't want to display any precision values, so all zeros after the precision. And this is the integral part of the decimal. Like this, you may convert decimal to decimal, but the format is different. Okay, the data type could be same, but the format is different. Here it is in 7, 2 format, here it is in 6, 0 format. Okay, so we may convert the types from one type to another. They could be the same data type but different formats, or the different data type itself. Okay. And here in this example you can see cast of the value which you want to convert as the target data type. Okay. Everything we enclose it in parentheses. Okay, so here what I am asking, 6, 6.74. This is in the decimal of 3, 2. Right? And I want this to be converted as decimal 2, 1. That means total should be 2 digits, and within that the precision should be only 1 digit. How I can do that? Cast off 6.74 as decimal 2 comma 1. Then what is the value here? See, so earlier there are 2 digits in the precision part. Now I wanted to display only 1, so I am trying to drop the 4. So when I am dropping the 4, it will use okay, the normal arithmetics. If the drop digit is equivalent to 5 or greater than 5, it has to add a digit to the 7. Okay. If the drop digit is less than 5, then it won't add a digit. So that is the normal arithmetics what we learned in schools, right? So here also it did the same. As the drop digit is 4, it won't add anything to 7, so it won't round up, so it just dropped the precision. So that's what I just used the word, user defined word. It dropped the precision because the 4, which is less than 5, so it won't do anything with the 7, so 6.7. Okay. Then we have 6.75. I wanted to convert it to decimal 2 comma 1. So what digit I am dropping here now? The 5. Because in the integral part in the precision part I want only 1 digit. So I am dropping the 5. So when I am dropping this 5, as this is equivalent to 5, it will add 1 to the immediate previous digit. So it will be rounded up. So 6.8. So this is called as rounding up. Whenever a drop digit is equivalent to 5 or greater than 5, then it will add 1 to the immediate previous digit and it will round up. So that is what happened, 6.8. Okay. But here you see 6.85. When I am trying to convert it to decimal 2 comma 1, what happened? The drop digit is 5. But as the digit to which we are going to add is even, it won't do a round up. It will do a round down. That means it will add nothing to the previous digit. It will keep 6.8 as 6.8 only. So it is called as a round down to even. Okay, so this is an exception where you might have expected this 5, when it is being dropped, it will add 1 to its previous digit, so it should become 6.9. But no, when the drop digit is 5 and the digit to which we are adding is a even number, then it won't do anything. It will just do a round down. That is 6.8. Why it is? You're not sure. But in Teradata, this is what happened. If you drop the digit and if the drop digit is equivalent to 5 and the digit which is added to it is even, then it won't do a round up. Okay, so there are 2 conditions. The drop digit equivalent to 5, not greater than 5, I'm saying. Okay, so it is, if it is equivalent to 5 and the digit to which we are adding is 8, then it won't do a round up, it does a round down. So it is called as round down to even. Okay. But if it is an odd, it will do a round up. You can see that. Yesterday we have seen all these functions. So this is select cast of 6.74 as decimal 2 comma 1. If I execute this, what is the result expected? The 4 is dropped without doing any change. So 6.7 is the value. Okay. And then we are doing 6.75 as 7 is odd number and we are dropping the digit which is equivalent to or greater than 5, it will do a round up. Let me use select, separate select. 6.8, and here I'm just checking with 8.5. Let's suppose first select 6.8. Okay, we are expecting it should be 6.95 because it is equivalent to 5 and it has to add 1 to here, but no, as the 8 is even, it won't add. Okay, let me put it 9. And what is the result? As this is the odd, if 1 is added here, so that 1 is added here, so it should become 7. See, like this. If it is odd, it will do the addition. If it is even, it won't do the addition. So when we are doing reconciliations or testing, okay, this is the expected result. Okay, so we have to be aware of this interrogator. So let me open the line. Okay, many questions are there. Yeah. Right, please.
If it's cast 6.74 as decimal, and then you have 2,2, right?
2,1 it
2,2 instead of 2,1, then it will return 6.74, right?
Sorry. This is what is this format?
6.6. Let's say 6.741, right?
741. Okay.
6.741 and not 741. And
okay,
then
741.
And then this is 2.2.
2.2
decimal. Okay. So this should return 6.774, right? That's what.
Yes.
I understand.
Exactly. Okay, so it is numeric overflow 2,2. So total 2 we are saying. So here it has to accommodate total 3 digits. So we have to keep it as 3.
Oh, okay. I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because totally we will be having 3 digits. So we have to put 3 digits. And yes, your expectation is correct.
Okay, I get it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Next question, please.
One question. The truncate.
Hey, Manohar.
Yeah.
Truncate will drop the. I know truncate is something which does it drop the spaces also? Like, I mean, there was something in Oracle between truncate and delete. And I remember truncate is like.
Yeah, truncate. The functionality is
also, right, along
delete.
With that.
Yep. Truncate is delete. Yeah, that exists.
That exists, and also it dropped the spaces also. Like in Oracle, it's DML. Does it drop the spaces along with that? Like,
I mean, it is irrespective of spaces. If it truncate means you are making the table empty, whatever it is, whether it is null, space, data, everything will be truncated.
Okay.
Yeah, Rajnish, are you asking?
Yeah, what if if we do a cast for 6.86 actually?
Okay. 6.86. Okay. If it is greater than 5, it is
like anything greater than
fact.
5.
Yeah, that will be added, even it is even or odd. So what we are expecting here, 6.86. I'm converting to 2,1. So I'm dropping 6. So the drop digit is greater than or equivalent to 5, and it is even, it will be added as normal as that. The only condition is if the drop digit is equivalent to 5. See, it is added because the 6 is greater than 5. If it is 5, then it won't do.
Okay, so this is only with the number 5 basically.
Yes, it is only with the number 5. all normal functions would work as it is same. Only if it is 5, it different behaves. It behaves differently. The Teradata behaves differently when the drop digit is 5 and the before digit is even. That's what I just wanted to make you understand. And all remaining, it will work as same as the RDBMS, the normal RDBMS. Okay. And we have the character conversions. Okay. So we have a literal constant Teradata, and we are casting it to character of 4. That means out of 8 characters, I just wanted to display 4. Okay. The data type is same, but the format, the length of the data is changed. So this also called as a casting, but it is an implicit casting. We don't use an external function cast, but you can make it like this. Teradata and the data type, the character data type, in which format you want it. So it will display only those 4 characters. And if you want to convert it to uppercase also, then you can use the uppercase keyword, so that whatever it truncates, that means whatever it extracts, the 4 characters, it will convert into uppercase and display. This functionality you may use in generating some reports out of the Teradata tables. If you want to compare only uppercase characters, then you can use the uppercase keyword within the parentheses of char and convert the Tera into capitals, and we will extract only the 4 characters out of the total string of 8. It is called as implicit casting. And here I see one question. Round up and round down are working as functions and also as labels. Yeah. Here it is a user-defined word which I have given. It is not the function here, which is alias of the column name. That's it. Yeah. Yes, the round up, round down functions would also work. And then multiple match subquery. Okay. So this, now in every RDBMS we have this. What here we are doing, we are selecting 2 columns from the table 2 in the inner query of the total SQL, and when we have these 2 columns derived, we wanted to match this with the multiple columns of the outer query. It is possible to do a multiple column match through the subquery, and you can go up to 64 nested SQLs in the subqueries. This is the details in Teradata of the subquery. You can go up to 64 levels of nested, and you can do a multiple column match. Once it is derived from the subquery, you can use a multiple column match to retrieve the outer SQL result. And here it shows how we can alias the column names. There are several ways how we can alias the column names. All are doing the same functionality. Why we have different ways of doing same functionality? Again, because of the compatibility. Okay. So how we can do that? The first format is current date space the user defined name. The simplest form. You don't do anything. You just give a space and write your user defined name. So it will display that user defined name as your column name. Okay. And here you can use a as keyword to do the casting, to do the alias of the column or renaming of the column. Okay. You can simply give a blank and do that. You can give a as and do that, and you can use the named, and within the named you will give the name whatever you want to display. So here it is third one. And then you may use as, and if you want to display any special symbols, you enclose that in double quotes. Okay. So the first phase will also be displayed. As it is a special character, I need to enclose it within double quotes. Otherwise, simply I can mention it like this: today underscore date. That is enough. Okay, but here I'm using today's date within quotes. Okay. And then I can use a title, today's date. So within quotes I'm enclosing, and within the quotes, if I have any special symbol to be displayed, I have to prefix it with the one more apostrophe, so that the functionality of apostrophe is reduced and it will be displayed as a character. Okay. So title is also to do the same functionality to rename the column name. Okay. And this is title with blank. That means you don't want to display anything. Here you see only the data value is displayed, but the column name is null. So you don't want to display any column header for the result. So you can nullify the result of the header with title, and within the title by giving a blank quote. Just open and close it. That's it. You will get a blank header for this query. So there are different ways of doing aliasing of the column names. Okay. So the simplest form is with a blank, and you may use as, named, and if you want to display special characters, use double quotes. You can use a title. All are same. Because of the compatibility with all other RDBMS file migrations, they use different ways of doing the renaming of the columns. Vijay, it is not required for only casting. It is different concept. Okay? In casting, yes, if you want, you can do that. If you don't want, you may execute it. It is not mandatory. See, if I don't convert or alias it, the column name is displayed like this. See, is this what I want to be displayed as a column name? It doesn't make any sense for me. So that's where we have to do an aliasing, but it is not mandatory. Okay, I may do it aliasing like as, or with a simple space also. I can do it.
Manohar, how to convert a date to different data types and different data types to date? How to do that?
Date to different data. What type you need for date?
Date to decimal, maybe from decimal to date.
Is there any meaning if I display date as decimal? What is the business reason why you convert date into decimal?
Yeah, maybe integer. I mean, is it possible?
That is, what is the reason and how we are going to use that? Maybe you have to extract the year and you may convert it as an integer, or you may extract the month and you may convert it as integer. That makes sense. But the whole date, what you do by converting it as an integer? Is there any business purpose?
Manohar, is there any way to extract as a Julian date?
What is that Julian date? Not much aware.
Julian date is like in a mainframe term, it will be, say, suppose January 30 will be 30, February 29th will be, day will be 59th of the year.
Yeah, that we have. I'll come to that. Yeah. So here in the date formats, you have where you can display the date in 3 digits of dates. So that would be your Julian date. Same. So February 29th would be 60, maybe around 59 or 54, right?
59 or 50, yeah.
Yeah. So that would come. I'll come to that. Okay. And for other question, okay, you may do it. Okay, you may do conversion of date into integer whenever it is required, but you have to extract the part of the date what you want to convert. Okay, the decimal to integer and integer to decimal, it is possible. Integer to decimal, how we do that? We display the whole integer format, but at the precision you may display zeros. That you may do that. Okay, so all the reasonable formats you can convert. Okay, then we'll see the formatting. It is very interesting part where we have to display our results in a particular format. So to display the formats, we have some special characters which we have to use to display our data in required format. Let's start with the 9 here, which is a decimal digit and which represents a non-suppressed digit. Okay. So what it does, if I have a number 1, 2, 3 and I wanted to display it in 8-digit format, then what I can do, I will give a format, and within the format I will give the 8 nines. So here within the format, if I give 9, what it represents, non-zero suppression. That means if in the data we have the digits, it will display the digits, and when it is not having digits to substitute these 9s, it will display them with zeros. So it is called as a non-zero suppressed digit format. So whatever data I have in my column, so for in some rows, for this column it may have 3 digits, for some rows it may have 5 digits, some rows it may have total 8 digits, but I wanted to display the value whatever it may be in the 8-digit format. So how I can display 1, 2, 3 in 8-digit format? By prefixing 5 zeros before this. So that's what it does. Okay, if there is data available, it will substitute those nines, those number of nines with the data. So here these 3 are displayed as the actual data, and the remaining, there is no data from the select plus column, so it has replaced those digits to zeros. So 9 is used as a decimal digit, and that too as a non-zero suppressed digit. There is a reverse requirement we can achieve with the Z. That means if I have data like this, all are zeros which are non-value added zeros, right? The zeros which are before the actual digit, they doesn't have any value, they doesn't have any meaning. So if there are any non-valued digits, I want to suppress them. How I can suppress them? By giving a Z. So here before this we'll see one more format. Here we have given 9 8 times. So the equivalent format what I can mention is 9 of 8. Both are same. Either I can mention 1 2 3 of format. Within the format I can mention 8 nines, which gives me the non-zero suppressed format of the data. Similarly, the 9 of 8 would also mean 9 8 times. Okay, so 1 2 3 is again displayed as a non-zero suppressed 8-digit format. So it is one more way of representing the format. Okay, so now if you see the Z, format is Z of 5. Okay, why it is Z of 5? I wanted to suppress any non-value added zeros in the data elements. So whenever non-value added elements are there, then I want to suppress, and I just want to display the value. So all zeros are suppressed. So Z is what? Zero suppressed decimal digit. So it suppresses all the non-value zeros. When I say non-value, in the integral part, the before zeros, in the precision part, after the data element. So those are called as non-value zeros. So those non-value zeros are suppressed with the Z. Okay, I am saying Z of 5. So total 5 digits it will consider, and it will suppress them. And here if you observe, I used one 9 here. Okay, so it is best practice to use at least a single 9 with the combination of Z. Why? Because sometimes if the total value is 0, okay, in some of the rows this particular column may have total zeros, right? So if that row, when it has total zeros, what to display if I use only Z of 6 totally? If I am using Z of 6, then what should happen? It will display the blank, because all zeros are suppressed, not even a single zero is displayed. So now you don't know whether it is a zero or it is a blank or it is a null. Yes, so to avoid that, to represent at least a single zero, you use one mandatory digit 9. Okay, so Z of 5, one single 9, so that you can ensure even the whole data is 0, you will get at least 1 0, so that you will know, okay, it is a 0 value, it's not a blank or it is not a null. If there is any value, that value is displayed in the format. Okay, so let us see the format. So let me execute this, and won't see any result basically. Why? Because this would work fine in the CLI based utility like BTQ and all other utilities, but in the ODBC utility of Teradata SQL Assistant, okay, what we need to do, first we have to convert this into characters. Okay, so this is one more extra which is required to see the results of formats in the ODBC. The ODBC client won't support the formattings by default. So first we have to convert into characters, then only it can support the formattings. See, as I didn't use any alias, it is giving the value itself as a column name. It's fine. Okay, so first you convert into character and then change the format. You're able to see in Queryman or SQL. Yep.
Hey Manohar, why is giving the zeros in the front?
There is a format we have given.
The 9 that. Oh, okay.
Okay, so I wanted to display this value in 8-digit format. So how I will display 1, 2, 3 in 8-digit format? By prefixing the rest of values as zeros. Okay. So if I have 7 digits, I wanted to display within 8-digit format. Yeah.
So whatever data type we need to first convert it to character, right?
Yeah. Yep. Character or varchar. So out of 9 digits, the 7 digits what I supplied from the data, it is substituted, and the rest 2 digits which I was not able to substitute with my data, they are prefixed with zeros because I used the format 9, which is non-zero suppressed digit. And similarly, this 9s I can represent like this also. If it is an 8-digit format, 9 of 8 or 9 of 9, 9 of 5, something to accommodate my data. Both are same. 9 of 9 8 times or 9 of 8, both are same. And the reverse functionality with the Z. Select. Let's try this. Select. I have non-value zeros in my data. I don't want to display them. I wanted to display them like this. Z of 5 of 9. So let me see the result. All non-value zeros are suppressed. Best practice, you convert them as varchar. We did without that, but still in Queryman use the varchar format. Otherwise sometimes it will discard the changes. And what happens if I don't use a 9 here? Here I display my value. It's good. But sometimes if everything becomes 0, then what you are going to get? All are suppressed zeros. Okay. So it is Z of 6 now, right? when I removed 9 to accommodate the data, I have to increase this. Otherwise it cannot accommodate. Struct. Open. This is one, right? Deduct 5. Select deduct 6. If I'm trying this. If 5, it's fine. With deduct 6, it can accommodate. But if everything is 0, okay, I have to convert it. This is what will be displayed in the BTQs. So when you are giving varchar, you give maximum value what you can give to accommodate the whole formats. See, it doesn't know what to do when all are zeros. In BTQ, it just displays blank.
Hey, Manohar, can you go over this one again? Like Z6.
Yeah. So it is 0, 5. Generally, we do like this. So this is the best practice, because whenever all values are 0, you get at least 1 0 because of a mandatory digit. But if it is a digit, if there is a digit, it will be displayed. Something is going on. This is the format. So as in, if it is Z of 6, the 5 is displayed. But if it is Z of 6, so if all are zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Z of 6. Yeah, there is any difference. What's the value expected? See, blank. If I convert this into char, and when I am formatting all zeros within the Z of 6, all zeros are suppressed, you will get a blank. So you don't know whether it is a character data type, or we are saying it is a null or is a blank, whatever it is. Okay. To avoid that situations, best practice is to use a 5 with a digit 9, so that in case of all zeros also you get at least 1 0 to represent the value is 0. Clear? And then the next formatting is with the dollar.
Manor, will this work?
Mhm.
Will this work in the alphanumeric characters too? Or?
Alphanumeric characters. It is all number formatting numerics. Okay. So for alphabet, what format we want?
Manor, is the varchar and the char would be the same consequence, right? For using in this
Okay. Can you repeat that?
SQL query man.
Can you repeat that, please?
The varchar and the char would give the same results, right? The character, I mean the varchar and I don't know what you call that.
Yeah.
The varchar and the char would give the same result, right?
Yep. But here it is varchar. Okay. When you have all the zeros, it is blank, right? So no need to accommodate any space for it. Yeah, but it is a char that we are fixedly allocating the data. So whatever data it is there, it has to display. If there are numbers, then varchar and char, there is no difference. But if it is all zeros, and when it is doing it as a blank, the varchar doesn't require any space, so it will display it as an error. But if it is a character, it will accommodate all the 20 characters, whether the value is there or not, and it will display that blank as blank. So it only differs when you have all zeros.
Yeah. Okay. Hey Manohar, one question is a Z59. What is that 5 is supposed to mean? Like
5 times.
Number 5?
Yeah, number 5 is 5 times Z. That means 5 digits. It can accommodate. Yeah. So it is equivalent to
and
this.
Number 9?
Number 9 is mandatory digit.
Oh.
So the total format should contain 6 characters. Out of them, the 5 are suppressing zeros and the 1 is non-suppressed zero.
Oh, okay. I understand now. Thank you.
And the next one is the dollar. Fixed or floating dollar sign. So when you have the value which you should display it as a dollar format, you can use a fixed or floating dollar sign. With the format, you mention the number of dollars to accommodate the data value, and out of these dollars, $1 is mandatory to display the dollar symbol in the result, like this. Okay, so you have to choose the number of dollars n plus 1. Okay, whatever the maximum value you want to accommodate, that plus 1 digit extra, so that $1 is mandatory to display in the format, and rest of the dollars are floating. That means if the value is there, they will be substituted by the value, otherwise they will be discarded. And again, here also you use some mandatory digits, 9s, so that if you have a complete 0, at least you will get 0.00, so that you can ensure get $0.00 will be displayed in case of all the zeros in the data what you supplied. So here in this example, we have 4 digits. So here if you see how many dollars I have, $5. That means it can accommodate up to 4 digits plus 1, means 19. So it can accommodate up to 5 digits, and $1 is mandatory, and precision 2 digits are mandatory. Whether they are 0, whether they are having value, they are mandatory. So let us see. So here, let me put some normal data first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.56, and I wanted to accommodate it within. So how I have to write this? So total I have 5 digits. So I have to ensure, can I have 5 digits here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including 9. Okay, 9 is non-zero suppressed. Dollar is floating dollar values. If the data is there, it will be substituted. Otherwise, they will be discarded. So it can accommodate 5 digits and $1 is mandatory to display in the format, and all are nines to display non-zero suppression. That means if everything is 0, at least we will get 0.00. Otherwise, nothing will be displayed. So now, if I see the data,
and that 9.99 is like a default, right?
yeah, default, best practice, not default and not mandatory. It's a best practice.
That's right.
I will show you what happens if I don't give that. So here, I got my data in the dollar format. So let's suppose if I have more digits than the expected, like this, and if I use the same format, which I can accommodate only up to 5 digits, but in my data I have overflow. So what happens? This say
Error.
stars. That means the format is different, the data is more than the expected, so it will display stars to indicate it is a overflown data in the format. So to accommodate it, what do we have to do? We can give some more dollars and give commas, whatever we want. So maximum format we ensure we put it in your SQLs. Now it can display.
Hey Manohar.
Yeah.
In this, like, there is no way like it will know like how many digits, like the max digit it can take, because sometimes when we write a query and we are doing like aggregations, and we don't know how big will the value be down the road.
Yeah. So you have to use the maximum width because it is a discorded, right? So if the data is not there, you are not getting disturbed. But if data is there, you have to have the sufficient number of dollars.
Oh, okay, okay, I got you.
Okay, so give a maximum value, whatever you can give. It won't disturb you, your values. Just give the format, dollar format. Then display it. So what happened? Did I do anything now?
Comma and then
String longer than 30 characters. Okay.
oh, you have to put cap 30 then.
Yes, exactly. That is you. Character 50.
Yeah.
Format string is longer than, okay, format. So here it is showing is more than 30. So up to 30 digits you may go for, because in the decimal 30 digits is max, it seems, in the formatics. Okay. And one more question what you asked was zeros, right? So when I have everything is 0, if I don't give nines, sometimes some rows may become 0, and if I don't give dollar, a similar way what we have seen earlier. If you want to display all this as dollars, okay, it's mandatory, it seems. Oh. Okay, so it is restricted. You should use 9,99. It is mandatory. Otherwise, it is throwing an error in the format. Whenever you are using dollar format, you have to use the last digit as nines only. If you give dollars, it is throwing an error. So it is ensuring that it will display zeros also in the correct format. See? Invalid string format. You should not use like this. You should use the nines. Good learning. And then rest of them are the normal special symbols, comma, dot, hyphen, slash, percentage, so that you can accommodate them in the results to be displayed. So if I display Z9 percentage, okay, so the 2 digits are working as per their functionality, and the percentage symbol would also be displayed like this, 5%. And if you want to display the data with hyphens and slashes between them, you can use in the format so that the data will be displayed in the format along with the dots, slash, hyphen, everything. Okay, so these are the important, the digit format, the numeric formatting characters. Okay, the dollar is fixed or floating dollar sign. 9 is the decimal digit with no zero suppression. Z is the zero suppressed decimal digit, where it will suppress the non-value zeros, and then rest of them are the special symbols where you can embed them within the numeric formats. Okay. And we have the date formats. So Y to represent the year. If you give 4 times Y, that means you wanted to display the year in the date with the full format along with the century. Here in 2004, 20 is the century, 4 is the year number, right? So if you want to display the complete year, you may use Y 4 times or Y4, both are same, to represent the year along with the century format. If you want to display only the year number, okay, so if you want to display only the year number, you just give 2 Ys. It will display the year. In 2004, it will display only 04. Okay. And then M is to display month. Okay. To have 4 M's or a M4. When you give 4 M's, it means you have to display the complete month name. If you give only 3 M's or an M3, then you want to display only the first 3 characters of the month name. Or if you give 2 M's, this the number of the month what you want to display. Okay. 3 different formats within the month. 4 M's, complete name of the month. 3 M's or M3, 3 characters of the month name. 2 M's will represent the number of the month. And coming to day, 3 days, 3 D's or D3, which displays day of the year. That's what Julian date what to ask for mainframes. Okay. So it will display the number of the day within that year. So January 31st is the 31st day in the year. February 1st is 32nd day in the year. So if I give a 3D format, the February 1 will be displayed as 32nd day in the year. If you want to display the normal day within the month, then use a DD, day of the month. Within the month, what is the number of the day? So February 1st is the first day in the month of February. And then we have a E to display the week name, the weekday name, that is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay. If I give E 4 times or a E of 4, it will display the day name completely. If I want to display only the first 3 characters of the day name, I can use a triple E or a E3 to display the week name or the day name, the first 3 characters. Okay, so these are the major characters to display the date in the formats. A complete century or a year number, complete month name, first 3 characters of the month, month number, complete D, dates, right? So it is Julian date, what they were going to say. The number of the day in the year or the number of the day in the month with a double D. If you want to display the complete day name, 4 times E or E4, or the first 3 characters of the week, triple E or E3. And rest are the special symbols, what you want to embed within the date format. You may separate the date with the commas, dots, hyphens, slash, and a blank character, blank position. For example, here you can see the format. Here I want to display the current date with the format of YY/MM/DD. So year, only the year without century, the month name and the number of the day in the month, embedded with slashes in between them format. If you consider the second one, 3M, that means the 3 characters of the month, okay, here it is, and a B, that is blank character, so it is a space here, and then DD, the number of the day in the month, and then a comma, okay, comma, and then again a blank character, so again a blank character here, and then the complete year with the century, so it is 2004. The next one you can derive it, M4, that is complete month name, a blank character, a day, the day number, and then B, a blank again, and Y4, that is the century along with the year number, and then YYDDD. Okay, YY is the number of the year, and DDD is the number of the day in the month, in the year, sorry, the number of the day in the year, the DDD. So like that you can display the whole date format. Okay. So this is how you can change the formats of the dates. See here, select date, format, I'm using it as complete month name, the day in the year, and complete century. What it does, November, the number of the day in the year, and the complete century. So whatever format you want, whatever blanks, whatever spaces, whatever hyphens, slashes, you can embed them and you can convert the date into your required data type, your required type. Yeah. And here this slide shows, okay, why we have to convert the formats into characters through SQL Assistant. Okay, in the Queryman or SQL Assistant, you cannot do it by default. It will be ignored. Whenever you do a character conversion, then only it is applied. Just to ensure you, it won't work in the SQL Assistant by default. Okay, and the character conversion is required to do the formations in the ODBC client, the SQL Assistant. You have to use these formats and the casts. Okay. So fine. So I will post this SQL also in the shared folder. You can get that from there and you can start your practice. And tomorrow, what we'll do, I will just kick off the data protection, the first topic of data protection, and then I will give you the video where you can continue the rest of the data protection techniques, and then we'll continue the SQL part. Okay, so tomorrow, in the first off, I will just kick off the data protection activities, okay, what all you have to go through and what all aspects of data protection are required, and then I will post you the video. You can go through in your leisure time. That is not mandatory to know immediately. Okay, you may complete it by this weekend, and I will continue with the SQL part parallel. Yeah, that's how you can ensure you will be in a good shape. Any questions, anyone? Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll meet tomorrow at the same time through the same link. We'll continue the SQL and I will kick off the data protection for you. Thank you.